Arlynn here. Welcome back to my country craft corner and my crazy house this weekend. This is video number 4 in our 4-part series, Stacey and Arlynn's Kitchen. Regardless, I'm here now to show you guys one of our family recipes that is the best, one of the best. And we've had this recipe since the 70s. My mom used to make this for every Christmas Eve. And then when she passed away, I now make it for every Christmas Eve. And I last year had to make 2 because of course our family is growing and they were practically all gone. And I have to say, my aunt, she about paddled me for giving out this recipe. Right? Yeah, she's shaking her head yes. But I'm giving it out because, as I said, you all have been so good to me and to Stacey, and we feel like we want to give back a little bit. So this is one, and again, this is not a difficult recipe, but it is wonderful, and it is crab souffle. And again, today I'm making 2 batches. So I'm going to turn my camera around and show you, go through the ingredients and mix things up for you. After we have to pick the crab. We buy real crab meat. So this is the crab meat we have here today. Bella blue crab.
You want lump?
Lump crab meat.
Or
please,
jumbo.
right. Please go ahead and bite the bullet if you're going to make this and make it lump or jumbo lump crab meat. It makes it better, you guys. It's got to be fresh. Don't buy like the tuna fish can of crab meat. Please don't do that. Please buy real crab meat. And I know it's expensive, and that's why we usually only have this for Christmas Eve, but we're doing this as a special occasion for us here, this ladies' weekend here, and also for you guys because we wanted to share our recipes with you, some of our favorites. So do buy regular lump crab meat. And Stacey is going to be picking this for me because of my finger. It is better, see, but I don't want to do that. So she's going to be picking this for me, and I will just kind of give you an overview of the other ingredients. Again, the recipe will be in the description of this video. The first thing you have to do with this recipe is to butter 6 pieces of bread and pour 2 cups of milk and let it sit overnight. That's important. Now, I didn't do it till this morning, early this morning, because we were in Williamsburg yesterday and I didn't have a chance and frankly forgot about it last night. So I did do it first thing this morning, and it's been soaking, and it's now late afternoon, so it's going to be fine. So that's the first thing you have to do. And let me cut to where I showed you myself doing that this morning, and I'll be right back. Okay, the very first thing we do with crab souffle is to butter. I'm making 2 batches today because Chris wants a second batch. So I'm actually making 2 crab souffles today. So, but the first thing you do is you take, and I just use this Mars Italian bread only because it's our favorite. I'm gonna pick napkin here. It's our favorite bread. So you can use whatever bread you want to use, but this is what I choose to use. But any kind of white bread is fine, but make it white bread. Don't do wheat or something like that. It wouldn't taste right. So anyway, you just butter 6 pieces of white bread, crust and all. Now, Stacey and my aunt take their crust off, but doesn't matter. I leave the crust on, doesn't matter. Your preference, your preference. So you just butter 6 pieces of bread and put it in and I'm just putting it in an old Tupperware bowl I have here, and I will just blend everything together when this soaks. And you need to let this soak overnight. Of course, we were at Williamsburg yesterday, so I didn't do it overnight, but I'm doing it the very next morning, and that's just fine. And it will be just fine. So there we go. 6 pieces of bread buttered, and then I need 2 cups of milk. I always use whole milk in this because let's face it, this is a pretty spiffy little dish here. So, and I just need 2 cups of whole milk. And there we go, 2 cups. And you just literally pour it right over. And then what I usually do is I just take a wooden spoon and just kind of smush it down in there so that it can just drink up all the juices, or all the milk. Drink up all the juices. Drink up all the milk. And then I cover it. And you can tell these Tupperware bowls are like as old as the hills. But I put it in the refrigerator just like that. Now I'm going to do a second batch, and I do them separately. It's very important if you do more than one batch not to do like 12 pieces of bread and double it that way. I've never tried that. I would be too afraid to try it though, because sometimes when you double recipes like this, it won't work. So I do them separately. I cook them, I mix them up separately, and I cook them in 2 separate dishes. So 3 and 6. Hopefully I have enough butter softened there to cover the 6 pieces of bread. We'll see. Smush them down a little bit. And then I will put them in the refrigerator, and then I will be back when I am ready to mix all the other ingredients. You will find the recipe for this in the description of this video. And I may insert a card, I'm not sure exactly yet, and that you can pause and look at. But anyway, that's it. That's all I do for prep work for the crab souffle. Be back later. See, that has been soaking in the refrigerator all day. And the only other thing that's in this recipe are eggs and cheese and dry mustard. And I use really nice cheese too. Chris found this on sale. He went shopping for us while we were gone in Williamsburg yesterday, and he actually found this Vermont sharp cheddar, and you need a pound. And he already grated it for me. Look at that, bless his heart. So we're going to go ahead and eggs. So that's what I say, eggs. So it's bread, milk, butter, just to butter the bread, cheese, and eggs. And that's it, you guys. And this stuff is to die for. It is so good. Again, it works out every time, doesn't it, Stacey? Mm-hmm. Every single time. We've never had it not work out. We've never had it not taste wonderful. We've never had not had an empty dish by the end of Christmas Eve, which is when we always cook it.
Which is why we've taken to making 2.
Right. So I will be right back, and after we get this crab picked, and I'll be putting this together for you. So I'll be right back. Folks, I'm back, and I'm fixing to make up 2 crab souffles. Here's the bread that I put to soak this morning, and Stacey just took the lid off the other one. There we go. There's Stacey right there. There's my Diet Coke sitting right there. There we go. And here all I did was simply grease the bottom and the sides of 2 13 by 9 inch baking dishes. I am not picky, neither is the crab souffle, with what kind of baking dishes you use. I've used glass, I've used metal, rarely though. I rarely use metal. I usually use glass, or like the real heavy, what are the cast iron? I've used cast iron 13 by 9 inch baking dish that I have. And I just simply use Crisco again and grease the bottom and the sides of both dishes. And first thing you do is blend together this bread and milk. And it can be kind of lumpy and yucky, so just bear with me. You just blend it until it's kind of smooth. This recipe is foolproof, trust me. It is foolproof. Then all you do is add the other ingredients, and you do not have to add. The only thing I do suggest is that you break your eggs and you whip the eggs, or you know, mix up the eggs first. That I do suggest you do. So I'm going to do that. Three eggs in each. Try to keep it in the bowl. And pour that right in. And add 1 pound of grated sharp cheddar cheese, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, come on, maybe. That's fine. There we go. 1 teaspoon. She was now put my arm in it. That's good.
Lick it off.
No, I don't want to lick it off. And then we are crazy, you guys, today. And then 1 teaspoon of salt. And you want to blend, again, using your little hand mixer or blender, or not blender, but
KitchenAid.
KitchenAid, thank you. If you want to use that, certainly. Go right ahead. Blend this together. And it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, because the cheese is going to all melt into wonderful goodness once it goes in the oven. I'm going to do this, actually I'm going to do this twice for you guys. Since I were making 2, I'm going to go ahead and make both here. And then the very last thing is to fold in 1 pound of fresh crab meat. And again, to fold, kind of start in the middle and pull your spatula around and up and around, and just kind of work your way around the bowl until it's all nice and blended in, folded in. You really don't have to be too gentle with it. I know it says souffle, but it has worked out like perfect every time I've ever made it. Here we go. And then all you do is pour it into your prepared dish, spread it out. Put it in a 300-degree oven for an hour and 45 minutes. And you don't have to stick anything, you know, a toothpick or anything in it. Just pull it out after an hour and 45 minutes. What?
Oh, I was trying to give you take a time out because the cake's getting ready to come out.
Okay, I need to take a time out because cheesecake's getting ready to come out of the oven. I'll be right back to mix up the second souffle. Woo, we're crazy. Round 2 for crab souffle 2. So again, we just, yikes. We mix up the, oh my goodness, this bowl is more narrow on the bottom. Look at it. Gee whiz. Just mix up the bread and the milk. Again, it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth or perfectly wonderful. It's okay. You cannot hurt this. Just mix it until it's slightly smooth. Then, again, I know, gee whiz. 3 eggs And again, I suggest that you go ahead and mix up your eggs first. I must have done it one time. I always do it this way, and I must have done it one time and they separated on me, or I don't know why I'm anal about this, but I am. So do mix up the eggs. You know what? I'm going to put them over the crab. Probably would have been better had I got a bigger bowl. Here we go. 3 eggs. My oven is ready. Dump your cheese. 1 pound of sharp cheddar again. 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon, Lord willing, of this dry mustard. There we go. McCormick's, whatever. It doesn't have to be McCormick's. I always use McCormick's. Then we blend it all together again. Mix it all together again. And then we fold in 1 pound of fresh crab meat. Again, you don't have to be completely careful. Chris is feeding the pups in the background, so just excuse any slurping you hear happening. And that, my friends, is that. Pour it in. Get all that goodness. Spread it around. And that's it. Put it in the oven at 300 and let it bake for 1 hour and 45 minutes. Not a minute longer. And so I'm going to go ahead and put them in the oven. Now, I put them on the same rack, to be honest with you. So I'm going to put them on the same rack. Alrighty. Crab souffle is done. Y'all want to take a look? There it is. Oh my goodness, it looks wonderful. I tell you, it turns out every time, you guys. All right, we're gonna get Stacey. So we'll be back. Hey, you guys, we're back, and we're getting ready to do a taste test with. Stacey's already tasting with our crab souffle.
You better hurry up and talk.
I know. We're gonna taste real quick.
Oh, my Lord.
And look, I gotta show
Lord.
you. Look how light. Look.
Fluffy.
Looking light and fluffy. I'm telling you guys, this is awesome.
Oh my God.
Hot.
So good. Oh, this is my favorite. The little.
Is it time to open
Crispy.
gifts yet? Because you know it's Christmas Eve.
What does Uncle Dave say? If you want to open gifts, keep your hands down.
Put your hands down. Wait. He confuses the kids. That's my dad she's talking about.
But these are my favorite. The crispy, cheesy, brown edge. Oh, that's my favorite. I love the corner.
Good stuff. All right, you guys. We're done for the day. Well, we'll just say until next time.
Y'all take good care.
Bye-bye. Hey, everyone. Well, that does it. That is the 4th video in our 4-part little In the Kitchen with Stacey and Arlynn series. We had such a good time that day making up all of those recipes, and we're going to be paying for it for the next couple of weeks, I'm sure, trying to work off whatever little weight we put on by eating all that in one day. But it was so much fun to have Stacey here and her mama here. Somebody asked if her mama did make it, and she did. Absolutely, she was here. She's just a little camera shy, which I totally get. But trust me, she was behind the scenes, and just those two ladies, I'm gonna cry. Daggone it, I'm not gonna cry. Are two of my very favorite ladies on the planet, let me tell you. I love them with my whole heart. They are awesome. We had a wonderful time in Williamsburg. I really did not video the day we were in Williamsburg, so in a few minutes here I'm going to actually tape a haul and show you guys what I did purchase down there and tell you a little bit about our day. So, but I really didn't take any pictures. I did take a couple of Captain George's, but I didn't take, we were so busy and chatting and talking and having a good time that I didn't even, I kind of lost my brain. So, but anyway, I wanted to take a moment to thank Stacey and her mama for coming, and to thank you, Stacey, for all of your help and for sharing your recipes too with everybody, and for just being you, honey. And thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen here, and I'm sure we will be doing more videos together in the future. I don't know whether they'll be crafting or cooking or who knows what. But Stacey and I try to get together as much as we can. We don't get to see our family as much as we'd like to. Hi to all of our cousins. We love you. Love you, love you, love you guys. And we would love to see them more. But Stacey and I live in a little bit closer proximity to one another than we do from the rest of our family. So we do get the opportunity to see one another a little bit more than we do the other parts of the family. But we thrive on it. We thrive on our family. Our family is so important to us. So, but anyway, I just wanted to stop in here and just say thank you to close this little series out with a couple words here. It was fun. It was wonderful. I can't wait to do something like it again. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you guys will try 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of the recipes. They're foolproof. Trust me, we wouldn't have brought them to you if they're not. They will work out for you, I promise. So, with that said, I will say, you can hear my voice. I just talked and talked and talked the whole weekend, you guys. I can't hardly talk. Oh my goodness. We had such a great time. And we never shut up. We talk over one another. We never shut up. Chris said he was out in the other room when we were videoing, and he said the decimal kept going higher and higher and higher. We were talking over one another and laughing, and oh my goodness. It was a day. It was a day that I will never, ever forget. Very special. Anyway, again, with that said, I'm just going to say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.